João Felix has now scored 3 goals this season. João Felix scored twice as Chelsea, one at Panathinaikos on an emotional night in the UEFA Conference League as tributes were paid to the Greek side's former defender, George Baldock. The hosts were playing their first home game since Baldock died at the age of 31 on the 9th of October. Before kick-off, Panathinaikos players trained in shirts with Baldock's squad number of 32 on them, while Chelsea players also held up a shirt bearing his name and number. Both sets of fans also held up placards with 32 on them. David Gore's starman played through the PA system in reference to the former Sheffield United player's nickname. Players and fans paid tribute to Panathinaikos' George Baldock, who died earlier this month. He wore the number 32 shirt for the Greek side. Once the game got underway, Panathinaikos played with high energy and determination, and Chelsea goalkeeper Filip Jorgensen had to be alert to keep out Tinjedvi's second-minute header. Visiting Borsinzo Maresca made 11 changes for the game, and it took a while for Chelsea to settle, but they broke through with a well-worked move on the counter. Felix playing a 1-2 with Mykhailo Mudryk before sweeping him from close range. Mudryk made it 2-0 soon after the break when he headed in Pedro Neto's cross for his first goal of the season, and the Ukraine forward was the provider again for Felix to get his second, with his strike taking a deflection on its way into the net. Christopher Nkunku wrapped up the comfortable win for Chelsea, firing home a confident penalty after Daniel Mancini's foul. Former Manchester United midfielder Facundo Pellistri swept in a consolation for the hosts, but it was ultimately a comfortable win for Chelsea, who maintain their 100% record in the league phase. Fringe players take their chance. A luxury Chelsea have with their deep squad is the ability to be able to rotate players, and Maresca has made the most of that this season. In Greece on Thursday, he fielded an entirely different first 11 to the one that narrowly lost to Liverpool in the Premier League at the weekend, and gave the likes of Felix and Mudryk the chance to impress. Former Atletico Madrid winger Felix has not started in the Premier League so far this season, while Mudryk is yet to nail down a starting spot since his big money move from Shakhtar Donetsk in January 2023. But both made the most of this opportunity, with Felix grabbing 2 goals and Mudryk assisting both of them. That productivity provides a welcome headache for Maresca, who appears to be smartly managing his squad and the competitions they are involved in. Sunday's defeat at Liverpool was their only loss in all competitions in their last 9 games. Felix and Mudryk will hope to have done enough in this game to prove they deserve another chance. With some tough Premier League games coming up in that competition, the Blues next host Newcastle before travelling to Manchester United. You're welcome in our community updated sport news. Click on the subscribe ring for becoming one of the community members who gets, firstly, the sport documentary, historical sport background, and other related updated news. Never forget to write your comments, which are very important things for improving the next. Lawrence Bounds in opener for FCSB have early effort ruled out. Cerny nets either side of break. Igame nets first Rangers goal. Diomande replaces Lawrence at break. Dessers appears to walk off unprompted after eye injury, and Igame on. Rangers on to wins and 1 loss in league phase. A good night for Rangers. This comfortable victory takes their recent record in the group league phase of the Europa League to a very healthy W7-D4. This is a squad with a lot of potential. Rangers manager Philip Clement tells TNT Sports, "My players had a very good reaction after the disappointment from this weekend. Somebody told me it is more than 20 years ago that Rangers won by 4 goals in a group stage. I think this is what I have been saying. This is a squad with a lot of potential for the future. It is still a work in progress. I saw a lot of things today. We can do better." We were all so frustrated at the weekend. Everybody, every day, gives their ultimate best. It is a pity there were several guys not at their best at the weekend. The rugby park surface was not the best, but I do not want to use that as an excuse. Now it is about recovering fast to play again on Sunday. I know the qualities of Nicholas Raskin for a long time. He was long-term injured last season. It's about working hard and being ready to have an impact on the game. Dessers apologized for walking straight down the tunnel. He was so emotional. He was hungry to score and to play good for the team. He got a knock on his eye. He lost eyesight. He could not see anything. It was emotional in that moment because he did not want to come off. It's about us being consistent now. FD. Rangers 4-0 FCSB. Rangers captain James Tavernier tells TNT Sports, "It's obviously important to get the reaction after the weekend. A really good performance from everyone. A performance to build on. I thought Connor Barron and Nicholas Raskin were really strong in midfield. They controlled the tempo in there, and that pushed us up as a team. Vaclav Cerny coming inside and getting a couple of goals. I'm really happy for him. We knew the performance at the weekend was not good enough. It's about us being consistent now. With a performance like that, we have to build on it and not dip in standards." What about Rangers' next opponents in this competition? Olympiacos and Nice, both away. That looks like a big step up. Although the French side have not been firing in Europe, matters domestic will now be the focus. Rangers will fully expect to have too much for St Mirren here on Sunday. In a week's time, however, a real test of Rangers' mettle. Jimmy Thellin's Aberdeen at Pittodrie. If Rangers can emerge from those two tussles with full points, the mood music around Ibrox will be altogether different going into the League Cup semi-final with Motherwell. Rangers winger Vaclav Cerny tells TNT Sports, "We all needed it. We owed the fans a good result and a quality game, which I think we did. A dominant first half, a little lucky in the beginning, but it turned good. A very strong performance, which we needed. You have got to have the fire and the will every single time. This is a big stage, and we, as a team, we needed a big win. It's always good to be on the score sheet, but that's not the most important thing. The game on Sunday was tough. Coming back from international games, no excuse at all. We just wanted to bring the good atmosphere back, which I hope we did." Plenty of questions were being asked of Rangers after their Rugby Park capitulation. Plenty of answers were provided. Goals, energy, desire, all in good supply. Just what the supporters wanted to see. Connor Barron and Nicol Raskin drove the side forward with a bit of bite and determination in the middle of the park, added to no little skill. FCSB made mistake after mistake, and Rangers duly picked them off, to good goals from Vaclav Cerny following. Tom Lawrence's opportunistic opener before Hamza Igamain added icing to the cake by opening his account for the club with another tidy finish. Why can you leave without subscribe to this channel for growing up? So your comments are very important for the improvement of the next. I think you have to give Rangers so much credit. The much changed opposition were poor. They were nothing like Lyon, but you can only beat what is in front of you. Rangers showed a totally different side to them compared to Sunday. They were so at it and so up for the game. The tempo they played at, the demands they put on each other, it was impressive. Rangers make it 2 wins from 3 in the Europa League. The Ibrox side completely overwhelmed the Romanians, with Vaclav Cerny the star man, scoring 2 excellent goals. Tom Lawrence got the ball rolling and Hamza Igamain grabbed his first goal for the club. FCSB with a chance to break, but there's just no conviction to the Romanians, who have had a night to forget, and Rangers are able to get numbers back to snuff out the threat. Hard to believe both of these teams are on 6 points at this stage. The gulf has been huge. Rangers will take a lot of confidence from this. Had it not gone well, I think things would have been pretty low at Ibrox. This will have lifted spirits, but it has to be tempered. Rangers have been bang at it. They have demolished this team with their intensity. Their attitude has been first class. Jack Butland needs to make a sprawling stop at his near post. The Rangers keeper does not want to give up a clean sheet at this stage. The official attendance is 41,191. The vast majority of them will be going home very happy, having seen the ghost of Rugby Park well and truly exorcised by a result and performance, which has given them -1 point out of 9 in the Europa League. It has being a great night from Rangers and the perfect response to the disappointment from the weekend. They had to show desire, and they have done that in spades. If you like this documentary sport news, why can you leave without subscribe on this channel? You highly welcome in our community updated sport news. Ostra Vista. You're welcome in our community updated sport news. Click on the subscribe ring for becoming one of the community members who gets firstly the sport documentary, historical sport background, and other related updated news. Never forget to write your comments, which are very important things for improving the next.